So in this video, they're asking us to multiply these two binomials with trig functions. So we're going to start by distributing. So what I'll do is I'll take this 1 and I'll multiply it by cosecant, and that will give me cosecant x. And then I'll take this positive 1 and multiply it by negative cotangent x, which would give me negative cotangent. Next, I'll do cosine and multiply it by cosecant. This will give me a positive cosine x times cosecant x. And then I'll have cosine x times negative cotangent x. This will give me a negative cosine x times cotangent x. Now, what's going to be useful is to go ahead now and change all of my reciprocals and put them in terms of sine and cosine. So here, cosecant, I'm going to say this is 1 over sine x. So I'll come down here and I'll say this is 1 over sine x. And I'm subtracting cotangent. Cotangent is cosine x divided by sine x. Now I'll add cosine here, doesn't need to simplify. So this is cosine x times cosecant. Cosecant is 1 over sine x minus cosine x times cotangent x, and cotangent x is cosine x divided by sine x. Now, we'll go through and combine what terms we can. So here, you'll notice that these denominators are the same. So I'm going to want to rewrite this as one fraction. So here, I have 1 minus cosine x. This is over sine x. Plus, here, this cosine is technically over 1. So we will multiply straight across, and we'll get cosine x all over sine x. And then here we have cosine times cosine. So this is going to be minus cosine squared all over sine x. Now, what's very useful in this problem is that all of our denominators are the same. So now we can rewrite this as one fraction. So here, our denominator is going to be sine of x. And we can write everything from our numerator now. So that's going to be 1 minus cosine x plus cosine x minus cosine squared. Here, we can cross out this negative cosine and this positive cosine. So we're left with 1 minus cosine squared x. This is all over sine of x. 1 minus cosine squared is an identity. It is sine squared. Sine squared over sine will reduce to be sine of x. Okay, so here's our solution when we multiply these two trig binomials.